Is it really about race? I mean, I just feel like we would have gotten further if we'd focused more on class than race. I'm sitting across from a friend at a coffee shop near my house. He's a good friend, a smart, thoughtful, and well-meaning person. I always enjoy his company and a chance to talk with someone who is also interested in world events. But I'm tired. I'm tired because this is the conversation I've been having since the 2016 election ended, and liberals and progressives have been scrambling to figure out what went wrong. What was missing from the left's message that left so many people unenthusiastic about supporting a Democratic candidate, especially against Donald Trump? So far, a large group of people, mostly white men paid to pontificate on politics and current events, seem to have landed on this. We, the broad and varied group of Democrats, socialists, and independents known as the left, focused on identity politics too much. We focused on the needs of Black people, trans people, women, Latinx people. All this specialized focus divided people and left out working-class white men. That is the argument, anyways. It's what I and many others have heard throughout the very long presidential campaign. It's what I heard last campaign and the one before that. It's what every other white dude in my political science classes in college had to say. And although I'm tired because I have just had this conversation with multiple people for multiple hours the evening before, here I am having it again, hearing what I've always heard. The problem in American society is not race, it's class. Surely, if you improve things for the lower classes, you improve things for minorities, he adds, seeing the disappointment and weariness on my face. But I'm going to go ahead and engage in this conversation, because if I can just make some progress with one well-meaning white dude about why class will never be interchangeable with race, I'll feel a little better about our social justice movements. If you could do that, if you could improve things for the lower classes, it would, I say. But how? When he then recites the standard recommendations of strengthening unions and raising minimum wages, I decide to jump to the point. Why do you think Black people are poor? Do you think it's for the same reasons that white people are? This is where the conversation pauses. This is where I see my friend first look at me puzzled, and then try to come up with ways to push back. I continue on since I've already gone this far. I live in a world where if I have a Black-sounding name, I'm less likely to even be called for a job interview. Will I equally benefit from raising minimum wages when I can't even get a job? My friend recalls that study, acknowledging that the discrimination I'm referencing is indeed a real thing that happens. If I do get a good job and do what society says I should do, and save up and buy a house, will I benefit equally when the fact that I live in a Black neighborhood means that my house will be worth far less? Will I benefit equally when I'm much more likely to get higher mortgage rates from my bank, or predatory loans that will skyrocket in cost after a few years, causing me to foreclose and lose my home and equity and credit because of the color of my skin? I'm on a coffee and frustration-fueled roll now. If I am able to get what is considered a decent wage for the average American, but my son is locked up in jail like 1 in 3 Black men are predicted to be, so I'm raising my grandkids on my meager salary, will stronger unions really raise me out of poverty? If I'm more likely to be suspended and expelled from school, because even since preschool, my teachers are more likely to see my childhood antics as violence and aggression, will a reduction in student loan costs help me when I was pushed out of education before completing high school. I'm ranting now. I'm talking fast to get it all out. Not because I'm angry, because I'm not, really. I know it's not my friend's fault that what he's saying is the prevailing narrative, and that it's seen as the compassionate narrative. But it's a narrative that hurts me and so many other people of color.